Suzi, hebu kamwone. Ndio ule dem tulikuwa tunaambiwa.
Kwani amefanya?
Hizi shop zote tatu ni zake. Na hii next door anachukua pia.
Na imagine tuko na haka kitu kamoja tu.
Na bodyguards zako na wana.
Nasikia wanamshughulikia everything. ATM zake, credit card zake 24/7.
Hadi usiku.
Kwani 24/7 inamaanisha?
That means wanamlipia hata bill zake pia.
KRA, NHIF, UEFA. Nafanyiwa zote akiwa ametulia tu hivi.
Kitu kingine nasikia ni eti so secure.
Kwani kuna bank yake, si mtu kama hizi utaka mtu anaenda kwa bank.
Nasikia hiyo katu hivi. The whole day kwa tablet akifanywa kila kitu.
Na hao bodyguards wake ndio umpelekea do kwa majuu.
Unaona wale wawili waso au fanya bulk payments.
Nilisikia ni ati local accounts zake, foreign accounts zake anashughulikiwa.
Aki no wonder business yake imegrow hivyo. Lazima kuna bank yake special.
Your banking team is at your fingertips. Go digital. Visit coopbank.co.ke and click on New Internet Banking.
Suzi, hebu kamwone. Ndio ule dem tulikuwa tunaambiwa.
Kwani amefanya?
Hizi shop zote tatu ni zake. Na hii next door anachukua pia.
Na imagine tuko na haka kitu kamoja tu.
Na bodyguards zako na wana.
Nasikia wanamshughulikia everything. ATM zake, credit card zake 24/7.
Hadi usiku.
Kwani 24/7 inamaanisha?
That means wanamlipia hata bill zake pia.
KRA, NHIF, UEFA. Nafanyiwa zote akiwa ametulia tu hivi.
Kitu kingine nasikia ni eti so secure.
Kwani kuna bank yake, si mtu kama hizi utaka mtu anaenda kwa bank.
Nasikia hiyo katu hivi.
Good evening, glad you tuned into Maisha Television. You're watching Maisha Prime. My name is Rida Chebet Kerim.
Live from Maisha Television, this is Maisha News Update, brought to you by Rida Kerim Chebet.
Welcome. Senate Speaker Kenneth Lusaka has today received the Building Bridges Initiative BBI report from Senator Okongo Omageni, who is the co-chairperson of the Senate National Assembly Legal Affairs Committee. Lusaka, while receiving the finalized BBI report from the Joint Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, however, failed to affirm the possibility of the special sittings. The special sittings for both National Assembly and Senate that was slated for this week to table and discuss the report still remains unclear.
The chairman of the Senate team that considered the BBI bill, Okongo Omageni, has handed over its report to the Senate Speaker Kenneth Lusaka. The Senate Justice and Legal Affairs Committee that worked jointly with its counterpart in the National Assembly concluded the report last Friday. The Nyamira senator was accompanied by the Minority Chief Mutula Kilonzo Jr., who is also a member of the committee. While receiving the document, the Senate Speaker indicated that he will be consulting with his National Assembly counterpart on the special sittings as both houses are on recess.
For working so hard to give us this report, which I confirm I have received, and we are going to consult with my colleague in the National Assembly so that we synchronize on when we can have sittings for the report to be tabled and discussed in both houses. Remember, we are on a recess until 11th of next month when we resume.
The special sittings that were slated for this week were aborted following the sharp divisions in the Joint Committee of the National Assembly and Senate. MPs were expected to pass the Constitutional of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 through all stages on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. The lawmakers were also due to consider the Senate amendments to the Division of Revenue Bill 2021 and either adopt it or take the bill through mediation. Sharp divisions have, however, emerged in both houses after the lawmakers noted that the schedule for the bill detailing how the proposed 70 constituency will be distributed is illegal. In addition, in what could cause a legal quagmire, the legal consultants reportedly identified errors during their research that only 13 county assemblies received the right documents for consideration. The counties include Mandera, Meru, Tharaka Nithi, Embu, Nyandarua, Nyeri, Murang'a, Kiambu, Turkana, Elgeyo Marakwet, Laikipia, Nakuru, and Siaya County. According to the Constitution, at least 24 county assemblies should approve the draft bill for it to sail to Parliament. The Joint Parliamentary Committee admitted that 32 county assemblies debated a bill containing errors but downplayed the discrepancies as minor and not affecting the substance of the document. The co-chair of the Joint Committee, Muturi Kigano of Kangema,
of workers, especially after they were required to reapply for their positions.
Safaricom Peter Ndegwa has been put on spot for asking over 6,000 employees to reapply for their jobs in a bid to break the hierarchical structure while laying off some of its employees. Following the move, Central Organization of Trade Union, the organization that fights for workers' rights in Kenya, led by Francis Atwoli, has expressed concerns about the prospects of job security of the workers.
We have no another person we can go for. We don't have guns. We don't have what we can.
The trade union demanded Ndegwa to abort his mission, which it claimed was causing ambush, despair, and depression among its employees. In a letter addressed to Safaricom's top management, the Francis Atwoli-led union expressed concerns over the move, and I quote, "This new move by Safaricom new CEO Peter Ndegwa is not acceptable and remains an affront to workers' rights. It is insensitive and inhuman for Ndegwa to bring about drastic changes at Safaricom while infringing the rights of the workers who have built the company to what it is today." End of quote. The letter titled New Safaricom CEO Dangerous for Workers' Rights also say that should Ndegwa persist, the workers' union would appeal to the company's board of directors, including other shareholders, to relieve him of his duties over what they termed poor managerial style. In the new structure, Safaricom plans to form small teams in the company known as squads. The squads will then be put together in a tribe, and the tribe will report to the executive committee. Every tribe will have 60 to 100 employees, while squads will be made up of 8 to 10 workers. Ndegwa said that the company would have increased its staff at the end of the process, since they will hire more people with a technology background and digital skills, contrary to the reducing employees notion. The company's M-Pesa was for the 4th year running voted Kenya's leading super brand. Maisha TV.
Jubilee leaders allied to Deputy President William Ruto have continued with their onslaught on the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill, popularly known as the Building Bridges Initiative Bill, saying it will not solve problems affecting Kenyans. This comes following a fresh hurdle following the creation of 70 more constituency as proposed in the bill.
Mwenyekiti mwenye alikuwa ile ma constituency mpaka hata tukapata moja ya South. Walikuwa na utaratibu yao. Chebukati saizi anasema ni hao ndio nataka kufanya. Wacha tuwapatie independent, that is an independent body. Executive waweze kuja kusukuma kando. Na PPI ilisukumuza na nani? Kwa sababu kila area sasa hii nataka mjumbe ndio wapate ile pesa ya constituency. Lakini ukisanyia kona moja yote, you are not fair. Tunarudi ile mambo ya samani.
Buri, an aspirant for the Juja parliamentary seat, has been released on 100,000 shillings cash bail for allegedly forging academic documents. Koimburi was today arraigned in Kiambu court, where he denied 3 counts of forgery. The accused, who is vying for the Juja seat on the People's Empowerment Party ticket associated with Gatundu South Member of Parliament Moses Kuria, was represented by advocates Clive Ombeta, Irungu Kangata, and Geoffrey Omeke. According to the charge sheet, in November 1994, Koimburi obtained a Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education (KCSE) purporting to have been issued by the Kenya National Examination Council. A second count read that in October 2011 at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology JKUAT, he forged a certificate of participation purporting to have been issued by the university, while the third count stated that between 2011 and 2012 he forged a certificate academic excellence purporting to have also been issued by JKUAT. Addressing journalists after the session, Kang'ata and Kuria claimed that the charges against Kaimburi were political and meant to intimidate him and his supporters ahead of the by-election. Kuria also alleged that there was a plot to rig the Juja by-election slated to take place on May 18th and said that he will be contacting foreign embassies to monitor the exercise.
Client, that is George Koimburi, the candidate of Tanga Tanga in Juja, he is being charged with an offense purportedly that occurred in the year 1994. So he is being arrested after 17 years since... Yeah, how many?
27 years.
27 years. He is said to have committed this offense in the year 1994. So he is being arrested after 27 years after the purported date of commission of this offense. He was not arrested in the first decade in the year 2004. He was not arrested in the second decade in the year 2014. They are now arresting him almost the third decade after purportedly committing this offense. To me, this case is clearly political. We shall fight, and the people of Juja should not be intimidated. Koimburi will be on the ballot, and he will continue supporting His Excellency William Ruto because that is his personal choice. His wife is also being threatened with an arrest, and all these allegations have arisen after he decided to vie on a Tanga-Tanga supported party as opposed to going the Jubilee party. We want to tell Jubilee that Kenya is a multi-party democracy. Kenya believes in freedom, in liberty. They will not use intimidation to go and threaten people who are supporting Tanga-Tanga faction of politics in this region. He was cleared in 2017 using the same documents, and also the fact is the case will be heard, I'm sure, in October after we have this election, so it will not impact on his suitability as a candidate.
We believe that we have received fairness today in the court, and that affirms our belief, our firm belief in the rule of law. And what I want to tell our people is that police is not everything. They are not the end of the story. They are just a party to a matter like we are. At the end of the day, this matter will go through the full process of the law. We are going to be hearing. There's going to be examination of evidence. And I believe that this matter will only be determined through evidence and the law, not through the impunity of the police or the impunity of whatever is called the deep state. Let me also add that over the last 48 hours, after realizing that this particular method of logging out on Abu George Koimburi has failed, we understand that some people are planning a massive rigging of the by-election in Juja. We understand that police officers have been mobilized from all over the country to come and protect rigging to the scale as has never been seen before in this Republic of Kenya. As a People's Empowerment Party, today we'll be writing to foreign missions in this country. We demand to have full observers from all missions. We'll be writing to the American Embassy. We'll be writing to the European Union. We'll be writing to Embassy of or the High Commission of the Great Britain to request that they assist us with observers who are going to come and observe all the processes that relate to this election.
Religious leaders have asked the government to reassure Kenyans living with HIV and AIDS of a constant supply of the ARVs drugs by reducing their over-reliance on donors for crucial medicines. The state-run Kenya Medical Supply Agency told reporters last week that the country has enough ARVs to supply patients for at least 2 months and that more stock was on its way. But the US Embassy has denied reports that Kenya has resolved a standoff with USAID to release the consignment of the drugs needed by 1.4 million Kenyans.
The reported standoff between the government of Kenya and the United States seems to be a sneeze that could soon turn out to be a blown cold for many Kenyans living with HIV and AIDS in dire need of life-supporting drugs to improve their quality of life.
Ukimwi na inaendelea. Wakati tunaeleza watu mambo ya corona, tusisahau hata ukimwi inaendelea.
The clergy notes that the recent standoff between the government of Kenya and donor agencies, which resulted in delay in supply of the drugs to those who rely on them for survival, was disheartening, adding that such a standoff should not be witnessed in the future.
Nashauri serikali kuhakikisha ya kwamba wale watu wanaishi na virusi ya HIV, tumesikia kwamba kaunti zingine kama 31 zimeweza kupewa dawa. Tunajua wakati huu wengi wamefinyika, hawana madawa, hawana chakula, ili hali wamekumbwa na janga ingine kali zaidi ya corona. Kwa hivyo basi tunaomba serikali vile iweze kutafuta suluhisho ya kinyumbani.
The clergy called upon the national government to consider setting aside resources to purchase the crucial drugs in order to ensure that there is a constant supply of the same due to the impact of COVID-19 pandemic to the economy. The church leaders also want the government and charitable organizations to consider further reliefs, especially in terms of food donations or even cash transfers to the vulnerable members of the community. The leaders have also called for a review of a tax regime, especially on fuel levy, that has overburdened Kenyans with the price of almost every commodity in the market rising.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Kevin Wanyonyi. Ni mzaliwa hapa Bungoma. Na mimi pia ni mwana bodaboda. Kiangalia sasa mafuta. Na unajua mafuta ikipanda, mafuta ndio imebeba hii sekta yote ya uchumi. Unaona? Sekta ya biashara inaathirika, chakula, hakuna sasa chakula inakuja. Sisi wana bodaboda, hakuna venye utaongeza bei. Abiria yako utapoteza abiria. Unaona? Na mafuta utanunua tu ile bei. Sasa mafuta tunanunua shilingi 125. Unaona? Lita moja. Unaona? Sasa hizo vitu president at least angalia watu wa chini.
Julikana kama Mustafa Okore kutoka Bungoma. Mimi maoni yangu sio mingi na wale sio ndefu. Sisi tunaongelea upande wa uchumi na upande wa corona. Maisha imerudi chini. Binadamu wanaumia. Narudi kama upande HIV, binadamu iko watu wengine hapo wanakuwa wanameza madawa, wengine wanakosa madawa. Sasa watu wakozidi kuongea hivyo na Kenya kuzidi kubadilika hivyo, maisha itakuwa ni ngumu.
For Maisha TV News, I'm Mogashin.
Well, and with that news, I'm headed for a short commercial break, but I'll be coming back with more news. Stay tuned.
Thank you for trusting us as your #1 informative television. Join me, Rida Chebet, every day as I bring you the latest news at Maisha Live at 1 and update at 6, right here at Maisha Television.
Wakati mafuta imeongeza hivi, wao wameongeza commission yao to 28.1%.
I have a visual disability, yes, which has been with me for a long time.
No, I'm asking the second part.
Swala la utovu wa nidhamu limezua hisia mseto nchini.
Caning is not bad for the students. Juu hata sisi wazazi wetu walikuwa natuadhibu tukiwa wadogo when we were growing up.
We are now more organized than ever before.
Indeed, this is the fastest growing television in Kenya.
At Maisha Television, we are impartial and independent.
The presidential election of the 26th October is hereby upheld.
Every day, we create distinctive professional programs, content which inform, educate, and entertain.
If the money has been approved, then
it should be disbursed on time.
We go an extra mile to let you know of all that is happening around.
Wawe smart, wawe wasafi.
We make it easier for you to access information, a right provided by the Constitution. This is where your opinion counts.
Suzi, hebu kamwone. Yule dem tulikuwa tunaambiwa.
Kwani amefanya? Hizi shop zote 3 ni zake. Na next door anachukua pia.
Na imagine tuko na haka kitu kamoja tu.
Na ni bodyguard zako na wana.
Nasikia wanamshughulikia everything. ATM zake, credit card zake 24/7.
Hadi usiku.
Kwani 24/7 inamaanisha?
That means anamlipia hata bill zake pia. KRA, NHIF, UEFA. Anafanywa zote akiwa ametulia tu hivi.
Kitu kingine nasikia ni eti so secure.
Ana kuna banki yake, si kama hizi utakamtoa anaenda kwa bank. Nasikia hiyo katu hivi. The whole day kwa tablet akifanywa kila kitu.
Na hao bodyguards wake ndio umpelekea do kwa majuu.
Unaona wale wawili waso au mfanyia bulk payments.
Nilisikia ni ati local accounts zake, foreign accounts zake anashughulikiwa.
Haki no wonder business yake imegrow hivyo. Lazima kuna banki yake special.
Your banking team is at your fingertips. Go digital. Visit coopbank.co.ke and click on New Internet Banking.
Get fresh, gotta get fresh. Down is a boom boom pow, down is boom boom pow. Smells baya na uchafuzi na zidi na improve downy. Protect nguo zangu na dukia niko safi. Lazima niwe fresh na down is boom boom pow. Boom boom pow, down is new boom boom pow. Smells zote na zi boom boom pow. Powerful freshness, down is boom boom pow.
Live from Maisha Television, this is Maisha News Update, brought to you by reader Karim Jebet.
Welcome. The Deputy Inspector General in charge of the Kenya Police Service has approved the deployment and reshuffling of senior police officers within the service. Officers from the Air Wing have been assigned a new role within the department, with some taking duties of flying police helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft, while some have taken duties in the engineer departments as well as aircraft technician duties. Several senior officers, those commanding police stations, have been moved within the counties, while some have been moved from one police division to another within the same county. The reshuffling has affected officers under traffic, maritime, railway, security details, chaplaincy, logistics, operations, reforms, directorate, and directorate of legal affairs. And the Vihiga County boss Wilbur Otichilo has today ordered an immediate halt in the construction of the Vihiga Funeral Parlor mortuary. This is after the morgue collapsed on Sunday 25th, killing one person and leaving several workers injured. According to the governor, he is set to create a group of committee members to launch investigations as to what could have attributed to the collapse of the building.
Walikuwa najenga gate ya kuingia kwa hiyo mortuary pia ambayo najengwa, lakini kwa bahati mbaya hiyo gate iliporomoka na kuanguka na mafundi walikuwepo wakaumia. Kwa hivyo nachukua nafasi hii kusema pole hasa kwa familia ya ule mfanyakazi ambaye ndio alikuwa mfundi mkubwa, alikuwa uko juu ya hiyo ukuta ambaye alikufa. Nasema pole sana kwa familia yake kwa kumpoteza mpendwa wao, na pia natoa pole kwa wale ambao walipata majeraha, na mimi nawatajia wapate nafuu haraka iwezekanavyo. Na kwa kuendelea mbele, nimechukua nafasi hii kusimamisha haraka hiyo kazi ya mjengo huo mpaka kesho, ambao nitabuni kamati ambayo itafanya uchunguzi kuona ni kitu gani ilisababisha hiyo ukuta kuanguka. Kwa hivyo nimepiga marufuku au ujenzi kuendelea kwa hiyo site. DCI waliingia hapo, NIS wakaingia hapo. Kwa hivyo tuko na watu ambao wako na habari ambao watapeana kusema ni kitu gani kilisababisha hiyo ukuta kuanguka na kuleta haya madhara.
Well, and with that news, we've come to the end of Maisha Prime. My name is Rida Chebet Kering. Enjoy your night.